Of all of the cinematic tropes, the one that has really stood the test of time is that of a piano being dropped from a great height onto something or someone.
Oops.
It is sustained through the silent era, through the heyday of the Muppets, all the way to YouTube.
Wow! On!
And why is this? Is it the knowing familiarity of these objects, that they tend to be expensive, family heirlooms, really heavy, and not the kind of thing you should hoist into the air? Or is it because we all have a perception of what it would sound like once they come crashing back to Earth? The thing is, I have my suspicions about whether a piano would actually sound like that if you were to hoist it and drop it. So I thought I'd find out by taking a piano, hoisting it into the air, 100 feet into the air, and by and letting it fall back to Earth. I've recently learned how pianos actually work, and they're a weird Frankenstein-type object. It's actually a dulcimer with this keyboard mechanism attached, loaded into what is ostensibly a wardrobe. So the dulcimer is basically this solid cast iron frame, the thing that holds the strings at huge tensions. The average piano has just under 20 tons of tension in the strings. That's 20 giraffes. The thing is, the strings are actually very thin. They don't have a huge amount of surface area to move the air about with. So they're connected via this bridge here to the soundboard. This is the most important acoustic element of the piano. It's a huge sheet of wood, which you can see under the strings here, which is also held quite taut in a dome shape called a crown. So my fear is, by disrupting these key features, the strings being held at great tension, being attached to a bridge, being attached to a soundboard, and the soundboard being intact, the piano's not going to behave like a piano anymore. And what could cause this disruption? Well, I think dropping it from 100 foot probably would. Time to meet the GIMP. A vintage Broadwood made especially for John Cuthbertson and Sons in Glasgow in 1900 and frozen to death. This beast has had the shit played out of it, has really seen better days, and was about to be thrown onto a tip. We felt it only appropriate to rescue it and see this piano off with more of a dignified bang. And when I say it's had the shit played out of it, the elephant is falling off it. It's been played so hard, very much on its last legs. So in order to usher the very best, its inner beauty out, we thought we'd go and get some tools. Tin snips. Yeah, that sounds good. And I think we're going to need some safety goggles as well. Just thinking more. And I have the sense I can do something with this too. We definitely need some goggles. Can we get a bag as well, please? So all we need now is a place to record it. So here's the GIMP preserved for future generations. Has a mellow, endearing quality. But we also saw this as an opportunity to carry out some experiments, doing things that you wouldn't nor shouldn't do with a piano, including giving it a good flanneling. Beautiful. These instruments you can download for free from pianobook.co.uk, by the way. Just search for the GIMP. And then we started to get a little bit more aggressive, including rudely inserting nails in between the strings. Finally, it came to this. So after a day of cruel torture, we decided to put the GIMP out of its misery, hoist it up 100 feet in the air and find out for once and for all, what does a piano actually sound like when it falls back to earth? I think what's interesting about viewing the footage is the piano appears to explode on impact, as if those 20 giraffes worth of pent-up energy are finally released. The resonance in the strings, the soundboard destroyed in an instant, making the sound of the piano landing not what we expected, but more of a... But I guess, like many cinematic tropes, there's a bit of artistic license. When you punch someone in the face, it doesn't sound like this. Candles aren't loud, and nightclubs aren't quiet.
Where you been? You're supposed to be here at midnight. Girl, you can't rush perfection.
And pianos, well, when you drop them, they just splat. But it's with the magic of cinema that we can bring forth a more dignified and sonorous end to the GIMP.